Now on Denver 7 News at 10, moments of panic at a carnival, leaving families and employees on edge.
I'm running the ride 1 minute, and the next minute the people of the ride that I'm running, they're jumping through the window.
We take a closer look at the chaos in Aurora and the outbreak of gun violence across the Denver metro this holiday weekend.
Plus, a moody weather day with gray clouds one moment and sun the other.
Rain and thunder on the plains, some snow in the mountains. I'll let you know hour by hour what to expect for your Memorial Day plans.
As summer approaches, more people are enjoying the outdoors. Officials are warning of the dangers after 3 people are caught in an avalanche in Rocky Mountain National Park. Thank you for joining us on Denver 7 News at 10. I'm Jacqueline Allen.
And I'm Bayan Wang. A weekend of shootings across the Denver metro has many communities on edge tonight.
Earlier today, a teenage girl was shot at the Central Park Rec Center on 25th Avenue. Police say it started as an altercation in the parking lot. No other details have been given, but that teen is expected to be okay. So far, no arrests.
In the meantime, Denver police is investigating a shooting in a South Denver neighborhood that left 1 man injured. Police say the shooting happened near South Bryant Street and Tennessee Avenue earlier this evening. When officers arrived, they located a man with a gunshot wound who was transported to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. According to police, the suspect is still outstanding.
Also tonight, Denver police arrest an 18-year-old after a deadly shooting in Southwest Denver last night. DPD booked the teen on a second-degree murder charge and have only said he is accused of shooting and killing a man near South Sheridan Boulevard and Cornell Avenue Saturday. Mass confusion last night after a panicked crowd poured out of the carnival at Aurora Town Center Mall.
And this was a very scary moment. Reports of shots fired had police swarming the entire area, but it all may have been just a false alarm. Denver 7's Patrick Perez explains.
Panic at the Spring Carnival at Town Center at Aurora Saturday night after people reported hearing gunshots.
We all thought we were going to die. We all thought something was happening.
Christy says she was standing in line with her family waiting for food when suddenly a crowd of people started running toward them screaming.
I just made sure that I grabbed all of my kids' hands. We all got each other's hands and we started running towards away from where everyone was running.
Carnival employees were also caught in the chaos. Johnny Atchison says people jumped out of the ride he was working at while it was still running.
It was just chaos there for like a moment or two.
Aurora police says officers from all 3 districts responded to the scene but did not find any victims. They also did not find any shell casings in the area.
Might have been fireworks, I don't know.
In a statement, mall representatives said, "The safety of our guests, retailers, and employees is our top priority." The Aurora Police Department confirmed there was no active shooter. We're working closely with APD as they investigate this incident.
That's wild. Absolutely wild, Aurora.
What happened Saturday night appeared to have been a false alarm, but still enough to have people questioning their safety following recent mass shootings.
I don't want to be terrified for my kids every day. I don't want to be terrified when I go anywhere, but mostly for my kids.
I reached out to the company in charge of the carnival, but I never heard back. The employee that you heard from there says they ended up giving people who left because of what happened some VIP tickets to come back on their own time. The last day of that carnival is tomorrow. In the newsroom, Patrick Perez, Denver 7.
Thanks, Patrick. And the Department of Justice is reviewing the response to the mass shooting at the school in Uvalde, Texas. This comes after intense scrutiny over the way police officers handled that incident. ABC News has obtained video from outside that school in Uvalde, which shows the back of the school just minutes after the gunman entered the building. You can see tactical teams were made aware of an order not to enter the classroom. The federal officer in charge gave the order that allowed federal agents to finally breach the classroom and kill the shooter 77 minutes after the gunman made his way in. Now, Texas law enforcement detailing 911 calls coming from students in the classroom.
She identified herself and whispered she's in room 112. At 12:10, she called back. In room 12, advised there were multiple dead. Again at 12:16, she called back and said there was 8 to 9 students alive.
I could see where he's like staring at like people through a little window.
President Joe Biden and the First Lady traveled to Uvalde today, paying their respects at the memorial outside Robb Elementary School, and then meeting with the families of victims, survivors, and first responders. It was a day of kind of ominous clouds and scattered showers across the state.
Here's a time lapse of earlier today. It went from cloudy to sunny, and then it even hailed in some parts. Chief Meteorologist Mike Nelson joins us now. Mike, the weather has been all over the place.
Yeah.
And it's going to do that again, it looks like, for Memorial Day, but I think we might have some of the essential parts of tomorrow dry enough to get through them okay. Right now, scattered showers and thunderstorms on the northeast plains. Some snow, the snow level basically about 10,000 feet in the mountains. We've had some accumulation up in Rocky Mountain National Park, had some of the roads closed up that way. And there's more snow on the way in the next couple of days for the high country and rain on the plains. But in between, I think we're actually going to get fairly dry weather for the Boulder tomorrow. It will be mostly cloudy and cool, only 42 to 45 7 a.m. and 55 to 60 for the memorial ceremony at noon. Windy and cool, but it looks like the rain may hold off. We'll get it tonight. We'll get it again tomorrow afternoon. We'll certainly get some rain coming up Tuesday into Wednesday and some snow expected in the mountains. So kind of a cool holiday for tomorrow, but warmer weather coming up by the end of the week. I will have your full 7-day forecast coming up in about 15 minutes.
All right, thanks, Mike. Now, with the holiday weekend and summer approaching, Coloradans are spending more time outside climbing, hiking, and more.
That's right, but park officials are warning of the possible dangers. 3 climbers were caught in a rock fall and avalanche this morning at Rocky Mountain National Park.
2 have been found, but 1 man is still missing. Denver 7's Ivan Rodriguez has the latest.
We're standing in the parking lot of the Longs Peak Trailhead. Behind me, you can still see several search and rescue vehicles. We also spoke with 2 people at the bottom of the trail who tell us they even saw a National Guard helicopter come in to help.
I hope everything is okay with them.
Garrett Talley and Kobe Hellman work for a Christian camp near the Longs Peak campground. This afternoon, they remember seeing a helicopter flying overhead.
We were having a meeting on the back porch of our lodge, and we just saw a helicopter circling Longs. It circled for like 3 or 4 times.
We now know that helicopter came from Buckley Air Force Base to help rescue one of 3 climbers who were caught in a rock fall and avalanche Sunday morning.
The path could be pretty snowy and slippery, and that could just cause you to fall a little bit.
A spokesperson with Rocky Mountain National Park tells Denver 7 the incident was reported around 9 this morning on Mount Meeker. 1 woman suffered minor injuries. The man who was rescued by helicopter was flown to Medical Center of the Rockies while crews were still searching for another man.
Whenever we see anything like that, the best thing we can do, especially not knowing the situation or anything going on, is just pray for the people, pray for their families.
Ivan Rodriguez, Denver 7.
And we do have an update tonight. We're just learning searchers found the man's body they were looking for. That happened at 5:15 tonight. They were using specialized radar equipment, but they say the recovery of that body will be delayed because of winter weather there. Now, his name is not being released until family members can be notified.
Tonight, a Denver couple and their dog are recovering after a very scary moment during their hike yesterday. They were hiking Upper Bear Creek just outside Telluride when they slipped on loose rocks and fell. The 26-year-old woman twisted her ankle, and both her husband and her dog were also injured. They used a Garmin, which is a GPS emergency communication device, to call authorities for help. San Miguel search and rescue crews eventually found the group. They were airlifted to a nearby airport where they received medical aid.
And this just in, search and rescue efforts are underway right now in Lake Pueblo after calls for help when a boat overturned tonight. Now, we know rangers have found several people in the water. They're still looking for people though tonight. We'll keep you posted on air and on thedenverchannel.com. We'll be right back.